members of the civil society, members of the press, you are most welcome to this sitting of the panel. We again have delayed the proceedings due to the swearing in of the youth members of the panel and one panel member who has only come in for the assignment this morning. I wish to introduce to you two members of the youth organizations, Mr. Amadegodunmi Temitope Oluwaseun. Please rise for recognition. Thank you. Ojuala Olatito Olonrinu is another member. And we have Mr. Lucas Koijo, a member of the Human Rights Commission. You're welcome to the panel. I wish to announce that the venue for the sitting is a bit crowded. And we have also reservations about the compliance with COVID-19 protocol. I am sure that we would not want to breach those protocols. We will try as hard as possible to admit as many people into this venue for the day's proceedings, but we would look at our colleagues, legal practitioners, who would advise to come in with just one junior because of the constraint of space we have in this hall. We're also looking at members of the press. We require accreditation to be with us in the course of the proceedings. I wish to also state that admission into the hall would be on a first-come, first-served basis. Those who come first will be given the opportunity to be in with us. We are also going to give priority arrangement for legal practitioners and for those whose cases are fixed for a particular day. So we also have the proposal to have some sitting arrangement downstairs where the proceedings can be viewed on screens downstairs if you are unable to be inside this hall with us. I hope this will be taken into consideration so that we do not overstretch the capacity of the accommodation we have. Thank you very much. We are going to commence today's proceedings with the 4 cases listed for the day. The registrar of the panel would announce the very first one for the day, and if the complainant and the witnesses are here, we will take their case immediately.
Number 1 on the list for today, LASGPI/01/2020. Okoliagu Abunike versus Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. Petitioner in court.
Any legal representation?
Yes. to the distinguished members of the panel. The distinguished members of the panel, I am Ghazali Toyin Olanikan. T.O. Ghazali,
Gazali,
and Ghazali spelled Gazali. My appearance here is for the petitioner. Thank you.
any other person on the other side? Yes, Mr. Olanikan, or is it the Gazali that is returning?
As the worship visit, I want to employ the chairman and the members of the panel to allow the petitioner to come forth to state his case in this case of justice.
Yes. Present you.
Mr. Okodiago, please come forward. Caution to be taken first. Take it. You say after me. You,
I, Mr. Okodiago,
hereby question
hereby caution
that if you tell a lie in your testimony
that if I tell a lie in my testimony
before this tribunal, I will willfully mislead this tribunal,
I willfully mislead this tribunal,
you are liable
liable
to be prosecuted, and if found guilty,
and if found guilty,
you will be seriously judged
seriously dealt
according to law.
according to law.
Say after me. I, your full name,
I, Okodiago,
swear by Almighty God
swear by Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give
that the evidence I shall give
before this tribunal
before this tribunal
will be the truth,
will be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the
So
truth.
help me God.
So help me God.
You can swear or prove that to get to the next land.
Yes.
Mr. My Lord, sir,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to. Should I conduct it like a Mr. Abduke,
Yes.
tell this honorable panel your name, your occupation, and what you do for living.
My name is Mr. Okoli Abdulrahman. I reside in the 9th Esera Street, Michael, Lagos. Presently, I'm a father of 5, and my means of livelihood is kind of running errands for people, especially with people I am with now. Regardless of anybody can send me on errands just to make ends meet with my family. Kind of an occupation for that.
My lord, sir,
Yes.
may I only request the petitioner to sit down for the purpose of this?
You have my permission.
Thank you.
Please.
So, on you said sometime between your petition, 2014.
Yes,
I'll come down. You had what's that experience? Series of very serious experience with the special anti-robbery squad, called SARS. You
yes,
said this panel how it happened.
very well. Well, as stated on the petition, I think it's a typographic error. It's not in 2014. It actually happened in 2012.
Okay.
Yes. Then I used to work with the company as a manager. Although this matter has gone to court, but the thing is that the SARS and the police has not even paid 1 naira to today, regardless of the judgment of the federal court. But I can still narrate the story. Then I was working with the company, and I worked with that company for about 4.5 years, and I stated I wanted to resign, of which my boss then authenticated my resignation. And after some days, I was called upon for some clarifications, which I did. And upon coming up, I was promptly arrested. Firstly, it was the Ojo police station that took me on, and then handed me over to Ikeja Special Anti-Robbery Squad. I was like, what's going on? He said, there's a complaint against me from my boss that something happened, and shoes got missing and all that. I said, well, my boss has to come here so that we can iron out whatever issues, because something like that has happened before, and they called me to go back and resume that it was a mistake on their system. I said, okay. After we waited for the whole day, nothing happened. The next day, they brought me back to Ojo from Ikeja with so much threat, and my boss did not even show up there. He started beating me, leveling me, thief, fraudster, and all that. Paraded me around the whole market of Alaba International. They asked me to stand straight in their vehicle, showing my face everywhere. They even took me to my church. The beating was too much. The scars are still there, although, like I said earlier, with due respect, it's all a matter that the court has adjudicated on. They took me around everywhere, beating, they broke my head, blood was gushing out. Then they took me back. They now called my boss then to come. I spent about 47 days with SARS at Ikeja, when they did all sorts of things to me. tortured me. I even know two of their names. One is Inspector Sunday, they call him Baba Ijapa. The other one is ACP Haruna, they call him Baba Ghana. So I don't know, the torture was just too much. They suspended me, they tore my clothes, used my singlet, hung on my neck, put up a bucket of cement that bended me like this. A lot of things anyway. I still have some scars all over. After then, the council, because my family even did not even know where I was, until when my mom and my wife eventually came. They started beating my wife and my mom in my presence. My boss will come and go, threatening everywhere that if they don't kill me here, they will make me mad. Okay? I was crying. Before then, when my wife later came, the last time she came with my mom, she told me that everything don't go. They broke everything. I was like, what kind of everything don't go? They took over my house, they sold my car, they took over some properties, even my belongings inside my house, my generator, my inverter, and all of that, phones. And they did not bring any of this thing in this house for me to even see, or like write. So all the thing they told me was that to write a statement that I embezzled money in my office then at my capacity as a manager. I said I will do no such thing. The torture continued. But at the end of about 47 days thereabouts, they now said they would take me to a magistrate court with all the wound and everything. They even extracted 2 teeth from my mouth when they suspended me upside down. So when all these things were going on, I kept on praying, God help me. The last time I saw my boss then was when he came and he threatened that if I don't give him back the goods that got missing or the money equivalent, that I'm going to die there. I said, no problem, you are not God. At the end of the day, a lawyer intervened, courtesy of a lot of people, my mom and my late father and all that, which the matter now went to the Federal High Court in Lagos on fundamental rights enforcement. So graciously to God, the Honorable Court by Honorable Justice Ibrahim Buba gave a judgment in my favor, a ruling in my favor at 10 million naira as exemplary damages. Until date, I've not heard anything, nothing whatsoever from them. I kept on asking the lawyer, who happens to be the person I work with now, Bros, what is going on, sir? I don't understand though. How can somebody have judgment since 2016 and is still walking around? Nothing. No compliance whatsoever. What he told me was that the police and the bank on a proceeding for garnishee, that they said they don't have police money, they don't have SAS money. And that was it. No compensation has been made ever since till date. So that was why I told him, since there is a panel in Lagos now, a judicial panel in Lagos now, that has the capacity to, I don't know what, this is what I thought, and he said, okay, let us try. But really, I have been walking around ever since 2012 to date. Nothing, no compliance from the police on the ruling of the Federal High Court whatsoever. So that is my story, Lord. Thank you.
Mr. Abdul,
Yes.
from your story so far, you said that some of your belongings were taken forcefully without
Yes.
your consent.
Yes. So, by the people
Calm down,
of
sir, calm down. And from your analysis, you have not told us whether at the end of the day, those things were given back to you.
Never. But with due respect, sir,
Okay.
those things have not been given back to me, even as they are stated in the ruling. The only one I would say that we have gotten back through legal processes is the documents, landed property documents. We have gotten that back on 2017 by Honorable Justice Igile of the Lagos High Court, then in Badagry. She was the one who ordered the release of my property documents. The properties is at Yamasashi, Lagos, because they took over everything. So the person who they sold out my property to dragged me to court again, to a magistrate court in Badagry, saying that I wanted to kill him, that I'm threatening his life. Because there I was clearing the grass. The story is just too wide. They took me again to Badagry Magistrate Court from the same Ojo police station, that I want to kill him because he bought a property that belongs to me. I told them my story. They said no. They know how they do their things anyway. They charged me to that court, one magistrate, I can't remember his name. At the end of the day, at first, that day, the magistrate remanded me in Totokiri prison. For what? I don't know. He gave me bail of 50,000 naira. I couldn't meet up. There was nothing anywhere again. I slept in Totokiri prison for like 3 days or 4 days before my people could run around and meet my bail. And as such, when the matter started going up at the Federal High Court, the magistrate in Badagry struck out the charge. Then the man, my lawyer, who is the lawyer working now have to sue the man for recovery of that land, that property. The man filed another suit again in that same division. The suit was consolidated by Justice Okiki Oluigile, and at the end of the day, the court gave a ruling that that property is still the property of Mr. Okoliago Atum, upon citing the judgment, the ruling of the Federal High Court then. So I got judgment on that very one. That is the only thing I would say I got. The rest of them, the Acura Jeep, the Volkswagen bus, the 3 BlackBerry phones, Samsung tablet, phone, not iPhone, 17 kVA generator, 50 bags of cement, 400 planks of wood, building wood, 5 kV inverter and battery has not been returned. Alternatively, the judgment sum of 10 million had not been paid. That is it.
Thank you for your this, my lord. I ask you,
Yes.
from your analysis so far, were you indicted in any way by the court for taking the property or stealing the property of your boss?
Okay, yes, thank you. At that time, when I was in SARS, because SARS did not just leave me like that, they took me to a magistrate court at Ikeja. Then, magistrate, I only remember that one, Magistrate Oshodi then, at Ikeja. The matter started going on. I kept on coming because the court, after I came out from remand on awaiting trial, the matter was going on. At the time, when this judgment now came, my lawyer now said, no, this judgment, alternatively, I don't know what, I can't remember, but he said, this judgment ought to have stopped all of these things. So we filed,
Were you indicted?
I'm indicted, I mean, was I,
Like,
sorry, please, just break it down, please.
were you found guilty?
No, never.
Fine. What do you want this honorable panel to do for you?
I base all my complaint and petition on this judgment. I want this honorable panel, due respect and plea, to compel the police to do what the court has said, or if they can return my things, anyone, because I'm tired of suffering. I've been working everywhere, running around for people to make ends meet, even school fees. Even how to live is a problem because of these people. The judgment is, the ruling is the first respondent is that my former boss. I don't even know how their whereabouts now. the Divisional Police Officer or Job Police Station, the Inspector General of Police, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SAS, Lagos State Police Command. Since then, nothing. So I want this, I most humbly apply, I want this honorable judicial panel of inquiry to ask the police to obey, yes. Because you see, if they still have those things, bring it back, no problem. Because no court ever has said, my Mr. Man, you are going to jail because you are guilty till date. That is my humble plea.
Any other thing?
On this petition,
Yes.
no other thing.
Lord, the distinguished members of the panel, that is the case of the petitioner.
Thank you very much. I have one question. Yes.
Mr. Tudukuri.
Let me stop. Say your full name, please. Is there a by question? You are here by question. You are here by question. Okay. Just say it the way I say it. That I'm hereby cautioned. If I tell a lie.
If I tell a lie.
In my testimony before this tribunal.
In my testimony before this tribunal.
I willfully mislead this tribunal.
I willfully mislead this tribunal.
I willfully mislead.
I willfully
mislead this tribunal.
This tribunal.
I will be liable to be prosecuted.
I will be liable to prosecute
if found guilty.
If found guilty,
I will be seriously dealt with.
I will be seriously dealt with
according to the law.
According to the law.
And this is your oath. I, your full name. I, your name. Swear by Almighty God.
Swear by Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give.
That the evidence I shall give.
Before this tribunal.
Before this tribunal.
Will be the truth.
Will be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Witness where the Bible speaks in English.
Well, the petition shows the name of one Hamzat Haruna as the SARS operative who the evidence is against. We have sent a summons to the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, for him to attend proceedings before the panel. He is not here with us today. In view of that situation, since he is known and we have his phone number, the tribunal is of the view that the matter will be adjourned. So let him appear before the panel, hear the allegations made against him and defend himself.
Thank you.
We will be given an adjournment for a period of 7 days. I regret that position because of the condition of the complainant, but the law is still the law. We might say the panel is the fact-finding one, but it operates within the provisions of the law. So we'll give a try for 7 days. If he does not attend then we will move on with the proceedings.
Thank you, madam.
Registrar will give us an adjournment within 7 days. After 7 days. Proceedings in this petition is adjourned to 3rd November 2020.
As complex.
Thank you, Madam.
The Grand Commission is what I do not need to interrupt the proceedings, but I would like to kind of leave to exit at this point. We are very pleased to see that things are moving on swiftly with the panel. And as I mentioned, my Lord, yesterday, we will indeed, as an association, be working closely with the panel to ensure that you achieve your objectives. There is indeed in the room today a representative of the, thank you. There is indeed in the room today a representative of the NBA observing proceedings, and we shall try to ensure that that is the case for all the days of your sitting. And I'm glad to see that the council is representing the parties today, but as we have indicated before now, in the event that there is any victim who is unable to procure the services of the lawyer, the NBA will organize for that person to be represented, this man and the others around the country. So I'm most grateful, my Lord, if you would permit myself and the chairman of the NBA Lagos, Mr. Yemi Amongbe, we have to proceed to the Court of Appeal to inspect, to visit with that court and see the situation there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.